Hello and welcome to the first episode of, I'm probably not going to pronounce it right, IXION. I'm sure they'll pronounce it right in the game. This is basically a space survival game where you try to manage resources. If you ever played Frostpunk, it's kind of like that. It's got that kind of feel to it. I have played through the prologue to learn through the tutorial, so I don't have to buzz through it, but I'm still going to play through it on this one. So let's just get into it. Now the game is separated up into chapters, so the way I'm probably going to structure these videos will just be on a chapter by chapter basis, as long as they're not too long. But I'll try to keep my commentary down to a minimum during cinematics or anything like that.
Launch control, we have typing clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate sample protocol.
Flight procedures, check. Engines go. Tested booting protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
Deflectors up. Ignition. Liftoff.
Launch sequence complete. EMB Charon heading for low Earth orbit. Transferring data to inhabit. Visual approaching near Tycho structure.
VBS Tycoon to EMB share. You have clearance for final approach. EMB share. You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers. Shuttle EMV Charon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks person. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead.
And yes, this
Part of
character
our
is
council
eating a
member,
bag of chips while doing
Giovanni
this.
Livingston.
This is not me.
So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, you know, setting out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vol engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos' focus on the Tycoon. But this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Okay, so on future dialogues, I'll probably be working in the background while they're talking, just to, you know, make sure I don't fail at this because of time. But one thing that is noticed that's different about most games that have like collection methods is in order to collect all this starting stuff, a road has to be built to them, as well as a warehouse and a storage facility. So we need to start with our workshop. And your green, your like little arrows have to be pointing towards a road, otherwise the structure won't function, which is kind of a little annoying thing. And I'm gonna need roads. Build that right there for you. That way we can start harvesting these once these roads are built. And once our maintenance is built, we can start building our stockpiles. We're going to start building those two and then set this to our metal. Another thing that kind of a little annoying and vexes me is these stockpiles can only hold one resource. They can hold different types of resources allotted. So first thing we'll do is just start connecting up our roads here. Let's clean up some of this pre-rendered workspace. So we'll have our metal set up first, and then the only other research thing that we have on here is our technology, which is these little green squares. Let's work on those two later. Let's get to harvesting. Clear up this room. And we'll be stuck in this area for the entirety of the prologue. We won't be able to move on to our other sections of the ship yet.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Dolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos's lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munshi, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there is a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being reported by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
So these little icons will show up. They're special events that basically the people will get happy if you complete them, or will hate you if you don't. So, Administrator, Tycoon's crew members are currently unable to access food supplies. Nikon protocols direct the construction of a mess hall. This building is designed to distribute food from stockpiles of the crew. Guaranteed access to food supplies would reaffirm your competency as an administrator. So that gets us access to our mess hall, which is our first food supply. Now I haven't figured out like the perfect location to fit this, so I normally wait for this one to start harvesting, and then I'll keep my my houses down this line and my mess halls down this line, right next to the housing, and then just start moving my stuff to the right. Alright, let's get our mess hall up here. And once that mess hall is done, my truss will go up a little bit. Basically, the prologue, every time you start this, will just have you build all the basic stuff to keep running. It's weird that one got done first. And just clicking these boxes will start them to harvest, so you don't actually have to click on them. It's just clicking on them, you can stop the harvesting. There's nothing that can go wrong as far as I'm aware in the prologue, so you don't have to worry about being too slow or making some mistakes. I'm just trying to get through this so we can get onto more of the content. But basically, infirmary will take care of your sick people. You want to make sure you have housing for your people, as discontent's going to start rising. And then you need mess halls to produce food. We don't right now have a way to make food besides food that we got, but that'll be a research thing that we'll get later on to solve that issue. Yep. Let's see here. We got... Yeah, all 85 of our population are workers. No one's in space. Yep. Alright, we got that. We're going to need more steel.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council Member Henry Bargeville.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace your fate, don't you think? I'm Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabi, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtongites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtongites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabi will provide us with a source of food while carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
So this right here, this docking bay, is where we can construct up to 3 ships. So we'll want a cargo ship, a science ship, and a mining ship. Which are basically what we start with. You need cargo ship to get your supplies, mining ship to mine asteroids and other things that you discover out in the world, and then science ships to investigate stuff and get yourself science. And there's actually quite a big fleet market that you can have. Alright, Administrator, some crew members are lacking quarters during human history. Unnecessary homelessness has been an indicator of civilizational decay. Do not reproduce humanity's basic mistakes aboard the Trican. So we're going to get them all housed anyway. It's not really a big deal right now. Yeah, this is all the population stuff. You got workers and non-workers. So our housing still needs to be completed by in 11 cycles. A cycle is basically a day here. Once this is harvested, I'll just delete this road, and then I'll have a second set of structures here. And generally, I did kind of a stupid thing here. We shouldn't be harvesting all this stuff out here yet until because it's just filling up my space. That's one mistake you don't want to do, is just harvest everything on here, because it will fill up your banks, and then you're kind of screwed for a little bit, because once these are full, you can't fill it up anymore. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to build another workshop. So we'll connect our road right here so we can still get to that stockpile. And then you always want to make sure your stuff's turned around facing the right way. Alright, so we're going to set you up for more steel. Set you up for more steel too, since we have a lot of it on here. So we'll have 4 homeless people, which will be over here shortly. The houses are omnidirectional, so that's good. So our cargo ship is done right here. It's called the Eldamir. And then the Archimedes is our science ship. That's still being made. These do take your crew. So that's one thing you got to be looking at when you're future planning. But once we have that done, once we feed 100 people in the mess hall, that'll be done. We can continue on the prologue once we get this done. Housing's almost done. Now, these are our fleets. When something becomes available, you can just click this little box, and your cargo ships will go out and go grab that resource. And this tells you how much is available in open space to go grab. Your F1 is your inside ship. F2 is going to be your outside when we unlock that. And then F3 is your galactic space. And this is like the Prologue supply ship right now. Now that we have Archimedes, you have to actually click on your science vessel to move into a planet, and then you can investigate the area. Which, it's alright. I wish you just click on there and just send them, but you can't do that.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
So we got the base is out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational and could be used to restore power. We have reached the UN base. It is abandoned and depressurized. The surveillance system is still operational, awaiting orders. These are basically what you can choose to do. Some of them will have consequences, some of them won't. We gotta wait for that one to get done, so we got some space there. Clear that out, and we don't need this road anymore. Each one of these takes power. Power is a management thing that you have to worry about most of the time. We do have a research facility. These are ginormous. And these are for like, these ones right here. You should try to keep one of these open for a train track. I haven't gotten that far yet to see how they work.
The team has completed a task.
But we'll throw him over there for now. Alright, so we got 10 science from that. We hacked into the main computer system and retrieved several related research papers and data states. And then we'll dismantle the moon base. And once all that is done, the science vessel will collect the science and come back to our ship. One thing they do have to be very fast on is getting a food supply, because even in the prologue, if you waste too much time, your people will start to starve. And the only way to start producing food is to get your tech lab up and running. So they got a one more cycle to go through. And then we are done with these roads. Roads don't cost you anything that I'm aware of, because I haven't seen anything that costs for the roads. And we don't need this one. Well, this harvest will extend the road out this way. By the time that's all done, our science should be good and proper.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so we're done with that event. And then they'll be collecting the science since they're done with all their events right now. Moon does have some resources on it. But we'll deal with that later. Yeah, the cool thing about them collecting science is just automatically add to your inventory, even if they don't have to return. So that kind of speeds up that process quite a bit. I'll speed this up. One thing you do have to keep track of with your science vessels is they will not return automatically. You have to tell them to return if you want them back. Your hull integrity, basically, the lower this is, the more problems can happen to your ship. As well as when it reaches 0, your ship explodes and you're done. You're dead. Then you have your truss, which is basically every hablock has their own like truss cycle, so it's not all connected, which is weird. But yeah, you gotta keep on that, or just, you get a mutiny and you're basically murdered or thrown in prison. So it's got that happiness function that Frostpunk has.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head of medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi.
We'll do the event first. Doing this, they'll be sad. They'll hate you. This one, you actually want to get the staff. So we'll do the next transmission while I work through this.
I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi,
Oops.
Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you're equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
So, Vol engine, you want to make it your last. You definitely want to get these farms researched and then get an airlock. So, because right now we're capped at 60 power, we're almost gonna be out of it. We can't build any more houses because each house requires 1 power to run.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, good. And I would definitely suggest getting to Mars. So this will get us more science. And this will get us some resources back. Which is kind of weird because you're spending the resources and getting the same amount of resources back. But we'll go for this one. And we shall send our transport ship. So they'll take our stuff, they'll send it out. Now that that's done, we need to launch our... We need to research our EVA airlock so we can start building stuff on the outside of our ship. And here's our little cargo ship going all the way up to Mars to get that stuff ready. Now the insect farm takes 5 power. I just researched that because it's going to be necessary pretty soon here. But you do not want to build this. I mean, you can build it, but you'll have to turn it off. Because it'll consume your power, and if you don't have power, everything will shut down unless you turn some stuff off. Which actually, you know what, we'll build our insect farm. Here, rotate it here. We'll get 2 of those running so we get 2 food supply.
The science ship team has completed a task.
In that, click your resource, and then we'll call you back. Alright, so we got the EVA airlock researched. Then we'll just research the probe launcher right now.
Administrator, due to insufficient levels of electricity generation, Sector 1's power demand has overloaded. Stanford routines recommend that you construct an external solar panel to boost overall electrical output.
See, the moment I built this insect thing, that happened. So we just had to shut down our power plant to fix that mess. And then we'll add our EVA ports that we can leave. Now, this thing is massive. I'm not sure the best place to put it. So we'll just put it all the way in the corner here. And again, in order to actually build stuff, you have to build a road up to it. To at least, till it touches at least one of these triangles. The more triangles you have, I think the faster things will get built. But yeah, these will produce food, and we'll just have this shut down for now. Alright, now that our ship's done on Mars, we will have it return back to this Tricon. And then I'll build myself a mining vessel. While I wait for stuff to come back. I got 2 power available. Yeah. Is my my cargo ship is back. So we just need to have it go pick up the people.
Power supply overloaded.
And pick that up. And power supply overloaded because that got built. So we need to deactivate these 2.
Power restored.
Get ourselves running, and then we need to go outside and build ourselves some solar panels. Which I'll just get us a ton of power ready to go. Alright, they picked up the people, so they picked it up from this ship. Alright. So now we got that many, 20 more people. It says they're starving. We're gonna need a second food hab. Because I believe... Oh, we got 10 food, so they should be coming to eat. Collect the rest of our resources. And while we're waiting, can't really do anything with this right now. Because the game has not given me the right to go mine stuff. It's like Prologue. 43 days and we're still going. It's a bit ridiculous. But our power is up now, so we can turn on our crap. Then probe launcher is being researched right now. We won't really do anything with that until after the Prologue's over. But let's get us some more housing work in here. There's plenty of food. These guys just need to go eat. Okay, it's got 10 food in stock, and it requires 10 food to feed my entire crew. Anyway, we got all that done. And our ships are back. Yeah, you don't need to go out anymore. Right clicking clears it. Left clicking changes its basically its priority on how these ships will go out and grab stuff. Now we're done there. The probe's researching, that's fine. And I believe all my ships are back. Yes. So our next thing is to fly to the moon. Alright, fast forward that. I don't know why my fleet keeps sliding up. Everything should be back. Alright, probe launcher's been detected. And then we need to manufacture a Vol engine. Yes. And the ship's cosmetic will actually change as you're doing upgrades, which is interesting and nice. But yeah, it looks like our food is stabilized now. Yeah, nobody's hungry. You'll probably see me build and delete roads a lot throughout these episodes of this game. Alright, so we got our stuff constructed now. Why are you people starving? There's enough food to feed everybody.
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tycoon, Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies. Please ensure that they have suitable accommodation once you reach Proxima Centauri. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Alright, players, there will be 3 insect farms. Now I need to build one more. Plus I'm gonna need it with the extra crew coming on. Then, as well as that, we're gonna need more housing. Now that I know that can go there, we'll build a road through here. Then I'll delete this road so we can have housing down this line. We're at 219 for metals. Yeah, I can get all that done. And then to our fleet. I need you to go pick up the 100 people and the 40 food. Please and thank you. These actually store quite a bit of food until things get lined up over here. Once you research everything in one tree, the other tree will start to open up. And we only have 20 right now, which isn't enough to research anything anymore. So this is what we're going to be stuck with. But once we get all those people on board, then we'll be able to move on. Each house has 15. I should have enough housing for everybody. Food production's being pretty good too. Because a mess hall can serve up to 500 crew members. So I won't need to build another one of those till I get over 500. I thought I'd have enough housing. I guess not. You can't build roads in between buildings. There has to be like a gap for them, which is a tiny bit of an annoyance. Get all those houses built. And then I'll have all this construction paused because I don't need those houses right now. So I need. Have we brought in everybody? Yeah, we brought in everybody. He's bringing in the food now. So that'd be one house.
Administrator, the different phases of preparation, calibration,
So I'm gonna need that
and
house.
verification were successfully completed. You must now start the Vol bonding procedure. Dolos protocols now deem you competent to gather resources, knowledge, and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dolos, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO, wants to talk to you.
Hello, Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others, like Dolos, who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets and values of the past. As we prepare to leave this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tycoon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Alright. Now that's all done. Everything's set up. Houses are done. We gotta wait for this probe here to get done. And then we'll move on to the next process. Okay, we still got 39 power available. We can turn off the notifications. Yep. All that's done. Alright. Our next step is to initiate our Vol Drive. Yes.
In accordance with Ralph Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Volt Jump initiation.
Commence jump.
She is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species, bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
We blew up the moon.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Several anomalies detected. Multiple digital security breaches found within full jump routines. Full engine critically damaged. Hull integrity compromised. Analysis confirms discrepancies between the mission clock and the apparent advanced state of the solar system. We are receiving no communication signals from Earth. Likelihood of ongoing survival stands at approximately 7.67%. Activating Marduk survival protocols. New mission objective established. Ensure humanity's survival by finding a habitable exoplanet. Urgent issues requiring immediate attention. Increase food production output. Restore hull integrity. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Administrator and the crew are asking a lot of questions about the state of the Earth, which behavioral algorithms predict a decrease in productivity of 22%. Those questions go unanswered. As administrator of the Taekwon Station, you should find some answers quickly. Send an expedition to Earth. You may have noticed that the moon is broken apart. The crew are aware of this, and many rumors are spreading throughout the station. You will have to make an official statement. Evidence suggests a great deal of time has passed in sources. The moon's destruction is obviously a consequence of humanity's selfish and warlike instincts. Despite our robust safety measures, the system failure at the exact moment of the jump caused the engine to drag a part of the moon with it into a self-similar space. This failure has cost humanity dearly. Our mission now is to rebuild. Something must have happened during the test jump. Being such a high-profile event, it was a perfect opportunity for them to strike and sabotage our plans. Let's go with it's our fault. I mean, it could be sabotage too. You never know. I think it's our fault.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Yeah, we got a bad one out of that. That's when I chose my first playthrough, to be honestly. So I figured I might as well just go down the same route. Give same situations. But we shall pause this. And this will be the end of the prologue episode, because I believe this is where chapter 1 starts. So it's perfect time to end this before we start getting onto the actual survival mechanics. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, let's see if we can survive. Later, guys.